You want to make real estate investing a career, or at least use it to supplement the current career you have, and absolutely why not? It's a great choice for that. It doesn't matter if you're in a buyer's market, a seller's market, whatever market we're in, with a proper strategy, it's a great choice to do that with. My name is Chris McMahon. I'm a local real estate agent right here in Saratoga Springs and the Capital Region. And I've also been an investor for 20 years. I've owned rental property and I've done some fix and flips. And in this video, I'm gonna go over 6 benefits that make real estate investing so attractive and how it can help you. Six benefits that make real estate so attractive for an investment and as far as an income, even a career choice. I'm gonna start off with my very favorite one. Number one right off the list, cash flow. Cash flow, very simply put, is basically the money after your expenses. So after you collect the rents or whatever income is coming in from that property, and then you pay off all your expenses and the electricity, mortgage, and everything like that you pay off, what's left over is cash flow. That's the money that comes in your pocket. It is, real estate is probably one of the best ways to generate residual income or cash flow with your rental properties. And it's also my favorite way to do it. So moving on, number 2, the tax advantages. So they're a huge burden for all of us. We all pay the taxes. Uncle Sam has got to get his due. But when you own real estate, it doesn't matter. It's a single family home, multifamily home, land, anything you think of, commercial, warehouse, strip malls, that type of thing. All of them have different types of tax advantages that you can take advantage of to help lessen the burden of paying those taxes. Third benefit for owning real estate is leverage of funds. So how does this work out? Let's play this out through in a scenario. Let's say you have $200,000 to invest. You can put that money in the stock market. You can buy $200,000 worth of stock and then just kind of sit and wait and see what happens over time. Or you can leverage that money with real estate. How that would work out. Let's say you're gonna buy a $500,000 investment property and you're gonna rent that property out. So you're gonna put 20% down, pay $100,000. You're gonna buy that property and you're gonna start renting it out. And yes, so you use $100,000 to buy a $500,000 home. And yes, you do owe the bank the money back. But the best part is, your tenants are gonna be paying you the rent. You're gonna take that rent and you're gonna take that money, you're gonna pay the mortgage for what you owe the bank, and then whatever's left over, remember this, cash flow, that cash flow you're gonna keep in your pocket. So you spend $100,000, you're gonna use other people's money to pay the bank and keep the rest for yourself. And you only did that with $100,000 to buy a $500,000 home. So you have another $100,000 left in this scenario. You can do that twice. You can get $1 million worth of real estate for $200,000 and be able to leverage that property with other people's money, paying it back and keeping the cash flow in your pocket. Before we go on to number 4, if you're finding value in the video, click the subscribe button because I've got all kinds of videos coming out about real estate, investing, and just the area in general. I don't want you to miss out on any of that upcoming videos. We've got a couple coming out every week here. But moving on from that one, let's touch on number 4, and it's owning real estate. It's a hedge against inflation. So basically, what is inflation? It's the cost of goods and services that they go up consistently a little bit every year. That value or that cost for that goes up. Well, the same thing for real estate. It's a hedge against inflation because as those costs of goods and services go up, so do rents for rental properties, and so do the values of property. So real estate is a great hedge against inflation because the value is constantly going up. Number 5, equity. And this is, in my opinion, where the largest value is in real estate, because it's really, the rents are great, the cash flow, that's my number 1. I love it, but the real value is the equity you have in the property when you turn around and you go to sell it down at the end. So, for example, like we just mentioned, those prices, the value of the house is constantly going up with inflation, so that's kind of ticking up a little bit. But as you're taking your tenants' money and you're paying off the mortgage, all right, you're paying down what you owe on the property. So you're owing less, the value is going up, and you're building what's called equity, and it's value in the property. Now, it's not like cash in your pocket, but when you go and you sell the property, you get that equity out of the property. And there's other things you could do with the property. You could also refi. You could refi the property or take a home equity loan and take cash out the value. And you can do all kinds of things. You can buy more investment property. You can take a vacation, put a child through college. There's all kinds of options, whatever you want to do with that money, that you can do that. So, but it's a great way to build equity and build value. For example, let's go back to that $500,000 house that we talked about a little bit earlier here on this. You bought that $500,000 house, paid $100,000 for it. You've been paying down, let's say you've owned it for 10 years. So the balance of your mortgage was $400. Now it's down to $300. And so you paid that down to $300 using your tenant's money. The value has gone up from $500,000 in 10 years, maybe to $700, $750 on it. So as you can see, at first, there was that $100,000 gap. Now you're at $750 and $300. Now there's $450,000 in equity in that property. So you see over time, huge amounts of equity potential in properties when you're doing it. So, and number 6, a great one here is appreciation. And we've touched on this a little bit already. Over time, that value of that house is going to appreciate, or it's going to build and go up over time. So those are our 6 values, or our 6 benefits for owning real estate. And we'll go through them. We got cash flow, our favorite, at least my favorite. Tax advantages that are on there. You can leverage the funds so that money can go further for you. You can hedge against inflation with it. It's equity, and it appreciates and grows over time there. So again, my name is Chris McMahon, local real estate right here, Saratoga Springs, Capital Region area, also an investor. If you got any questions or anything like that, or you just want me to elaborate a little bit further, reach out, get a hold of me. My contact information is below. There'll also be my calendar in there where you can set up a one-on-one appointment with me. But my cell phone is on there. Feel free to call or text with any questions, or just, find out what's going on in the market in this area. Reach out, get a hold of me. I will see you guys out there on the next video.